Right, Rich, was that the reaction that you wanted from last week?
Yeah, well, definitely. I don't know. I thought we started the game really well. Getting to the end of our sets, which we spoke about last week. We didn't give ourselves really a chance in the game due to the errors we made and the penalties that we give away. So we spoke about a little bit more control, and we got that in the first half. Sort of after 20 minutes, sort of went away from it. Started to probably overplay a little bit and put ourselves under pressure again with just some basic errors. So we're getting there. We're building into the season. It was just great to get the result.
Did that win out last week really help? Get match experience. Looked a bit more at it.
Well, yeah, certainly. Because you get to look at the game and see areas and pick out areas that'll benefit us. Because 2 sessions a week to try and change, correct everything, it ain't going to happen. So we just picked a few areas where we needed to be better, and we got that. Second half we was hanging in there a little bit. We lost a couple of bodies due to injury, which we'll assess and see how they are for West Wales. But that's credit to the lads. They worked hard for each other and managed to scramble and grind out a result in the end.
First half was a quick start, a good couple of early tries that really set a platform to go on to win the match.
Yeah, certainly. I think it literally was a game of 2 halves. We dominated probably the first half, and we did enough, to put the scoreline ahead of them and for them to chase the game and not quite get it. And second half, I thought they rolled the ropes. The big fellas did a real good job on rolling it. But we scrambled well. We scrambled well. They had all the possession and so that's encouraging for moving forward in the season. It gives us some areas to go at again for the West Wales game. So we're not expecting everything to be perfect, but we just want what we focus on. We want to see them improvements, because if we do that, we know the results will come.
You mentioned the second half, so we had the conditions, rain, thunder, everything. The ball had been slippery. Rochdale came at us. The application and attitude design must have really impressed you.
Yeah, again, we've got a good group, that want to work hard for each other and get results. So you could see that on the field that they were doing that. Defensively, they made some poor decisions, but they scrambled well and people were willing to work hard to mop it up for them. So we tidy a few little structure and system things up and get them to abide by them. We'll be okay moving forward.
As far as debuts go, Ollie's was pretty impressive. What do you make of him?
Look, he's a big lad. He's 6'2", he probably 105 kg. And again, against a big team, we knew that we'd need some big fellas out there to get us going forward. And it was a great start for him. Again, we'll work with him, and because he's usually in the centres, so playing him on the wing was a bit of a unusual. He was a bit nervous at first, but I think he took to it really well and put in a really good, solid performance.
What had you seen from him during training in pre-season past few weeks to convince you to take him on for the season?
Look, he works hard. He's a young kid. He's got energy, and like I say, he's big and strong. It always helps. Moving forward. And we've got more competition for spots. Everyone's under pressure to perform to hold their spots. And you can see it's getting the best out of the players.
We were back at the Keep Malta Stadium. It's always good to be home, but next week hopefully we'll have supporters back. How much that means to you to have them back at games?
Yeah, it's good to have them back in it. It feels hearing yourself echo around the stadium and hearing what we're telling the players around there it's not great. No, we're looking forward to it, having the fans back. They've been great throughout the pandemic and supported the club, so to have them back in the stadium, it'll be great for the boys. Again, it's they're like 18th men for you, aren't they? When things aren't going right, and they can get behind the team and just lift them.
Thank you.
That was Ryan. Richard is.
Yeah, Ryan he didn't go back on. It was more of an assessment of his hamstring tightened up a little bit, so we didn't want to risk putting him back out there. I thought Anasu and a debut for him as well for us. I thought he went very well and did what was asked of him, and he can play minutes. So we sort of left him out there and to do extra than what we'd actually first planned.
Confidence-wise, is that a big big win for you today, just to get things going, get things moving?
I think always getting your first win when the season starts is a massive confidence boost, and again, it's a response from last week. You know, we were all come away from that disappointed, but we had been 14 months out without a game. You could see that in the difference of the two teams. They looked like a team that had 3 or 4 games under the belt, whereas we didn't. They'd learnt a lot of lessons before playing us, and we'll only do the same. So we'll get better as the weeks go on.
You feel that ring rust is starting to come off?
Yeah, well, certainly you could see that today.
Yeah,
I thought improvements in areas. In spells, it won't perfect, but again, we're not expecting that at this point in the season.